Hello, everybody. I'll go ahead and get started. So the last thing that I was working on was the loading components. Work on that. We're going to stream for about an hour. Try to get it as much done as we can. So that's the plan. I was working on a preview, and what I noticed is that when it's loading, it doesn't show the title up. And we need to show a title at the top. So we need a Webpart title loader that we can put in the top area. I don't know that how I set it, if I remember correctly how I set it up. I believe what I did was for the preview component, we go this one. We had the layout selector, and in the layout selector, we had the various different layouts available to us. And I'm assuming I put it inside each individual component. So let's go look at tabbed. Look at the tabbed component. So tabbed is under what? Pick your layouts right here. We're gonna go look at tabbed. Obviously we had on each one with a description. And so we need to do the same thing for each loading component. So let's go work on that part. Okay. So under tabbed, it looks like it's just an H1 right above the tabs. So we go back at you have the pills and then the title. So we can technically just put that title component. I think we're going to be better off putting that inside each individual loader. So go back to our AI chat. Only because I don't remember what it called, all the components. So accordion shimmer. So let's go ahead and open accordion shimmer. And so here, where we have the tab shimmer on top, we're gonna have to have a title shimmer. I'm thinking what would be very similar to that. Let's add a div, and inside of this div, we're gonna put a shimmer element. In the shimmer element, have options. So we're gonna put something like this. Right above it. And this library. Um, and so this div is gonna be the Webpart title. And so the Webpart title is, let's go look at the styling for this. So we're gonna put this here, accordion title, on display. If I can type today, that'd be great. Flex, justify content center. All right, and then this one's gonna be a class name, and it's gonna say style dot accordion, not accordion list, but accordion title. That. I'm gonna save all, and when we do that, now let's test and see what it looks like for accordion. Add all of our topics, add all of our questions. Accordion. I don't see it there. I see the pills and I see the two tabs. Wait, that's, oh, that's because I don't even have the correct. Go back to preview. Preview loader. Go to the definition of preview loader. I'm gonna use accordion. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so we have something there. That's good. I think we need to make it, lock this on the bottom. And here's our H1 for our title. What I think we need to do is copy the styles from this. So title is 37 height. So put in shimmer, get 37. And then go to Webpart is in 'a good width for 11, but actual words. I think 70% is pretty excessive. That's 30. That looks better, but we need to put a little bit of a base. Look at the title. All the way down here. 18.760 mark. So thing bottom. What was it? 76. Topics. Add all of our topics. Add our question. Ah, that looks a lot better. that the title and the two tabs. So I think we need to make this more of a reusable component to same across the board. And so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go to the shimmer component. So we're gonna create a new file, and this is gonna be called layout title shimmer. Okay. And it's gonna be an arrow component. Import all as React. I'm gonna go here, pick this out. Let's see. Sorry. Fast. Here. And when we do that, I create a file. Or our styles. I don't think we're gonna be able to build right now. It's not gonna work well. This. Be able to build that now. If it builds. All right, so now here, import styles from layout title shimmer module SCSS, which should bring in an accordion title. And then once we have that set up, accordion shimmer should be able to bring title shimmer. Modules over 2 months old to ensure accurate baseline date. Build. Still gonna build. All right, so I wish it wasn't this slow sometimes. There you go. It did build. Perfect. And now we can save all. Basically what I did was I just created this component, and I can just reuse that same component inside here, as well as the other one. So we have accordion shimmer. What? Let me go back. So accordion shimmer, tabbed shimmer. This one. Go out title shimmer. That one's going to be there. The next one is list layout shimmer. Header shimmer, topic section. Assuming probably right here. It was layout title shimmer. This layout shimmer has it. Big Q. List. Oh boy. Or layout type. Now let's test it out. Okay. Close that. We're gonna test out our components to see that they're loading correctly now. I believe they should be, but we'll double check. You can see the title there, which would be emblem of this title. And basically what we're looking at is the loading state for our accordion layout. So this is what our accordion looks like. This is what's gonna load in its place while the tabs and all that stuff are loading. I just wanted to ensure that that's working. So now let's go over to the preview component. Get rid of this preview loader. Get rid of it from here. And then layout selector, let's go to that definition. And in here, we're using the render loader. So the render loader is this. So it's gonna get this, or this, or this. But let's look at preview loader because I think I did something there. I gotta get rid of it. Get rid of that. Basically, we're cleaning the code. So I save it all. Now never mind, I forgot to do something. Up, out, work. All right, so this is what happens, right? When we load it, you see how it's loading these. It's slowed down, so it's I slowed it down so that we could see that loading state, which is what we just built. Okay, and then when we go to questions, you see the 3 tabs up here, the buttons. Okay, so we add our questions, add our question, and then in the preview section, still not loading. Why is it not loading? Let's see. Preview. So the preview component loads, but while the preview component loads, oh, I know what it is. On the preview loader, we actually do have to have the accordion shimmer. Or is it accordion, or what layout is first? I believe it's accordion. Find out. I think I'm gonna have to fix it, because that's not gonna work the way I intended it to. Okay, so take off the throttling. So, all right, topics. I'm adding the questions, and now I'm gonna throttle it. Good, you can see that it's loading that section, which is not, it's not the tab layout. It should be the tab layout that it loads with initially, but we can actually make that dynamic in the future. What that means is this scenario here, we're going to bring in the Webpart store. We'll use Webpart store. And what we're going to use from the Webpart store is we're going to use a configuration object. Because the configuration object, let's go look at the Webpart store again. So the Webpart store has configuration object. Okay. Configuration object. What else? What is it called? Look at app props. We have configuration configured object. Perfect. And then we have configuration object. Okay, so configuration object. Uh hmm. Okay, so this is not going to be relevant now that I think about it. The reason why it's not going to be relevant is because I am building something when you okay, so let me explain what my mindset is on this. My mindset is the following. So I'm gonna not throttle it. So initially what I was thinking I needed to do was when this loads, it's only the first time that it loads that the loading state is gonna be necessary. After it loads the first time, it becomes completely irrelevant. Why? Because if I go away to the previous step and I come back, there is no loading. Even if I was to throttle it, I'm gonna throttle it. I'm gonna go back to QA and watch. When I go back to preview, there's zero loading. Like there's little, like the loading. There is no loading. It becomes irrelevant at that point. And what I was going to do was I was gonna set it up so where it would use the configuration object to figure out, okay, what tab did I stay at before I left? For instance, if I was on image layout and I decided to go change my questions and then come back to image layout. First of all, image layout doesn't stay cached, which I don't know if it should or shouldn't, but nevertheless, even if it did, let's just say tab layout. I go and come back, tab layout is not going to have a loader. So it becomes irrelevant in that scenario. So here, so we have to have tab to shimmer only for the first time it loads. We're going to close this. Oh, let's get rid of the throttling. All right, topics, Q&A, add our questions. And then we're gonna throttle it again to make it go slow. And you can see, this is our tabs. And then tab shows up. But what I'm finding a little bit odd is that tabbed doesn't show, like it goes away. And the problem with that is that in the preview, what is in the preview? Preview has FAQ layout selector and then the content. And then it has select layout in preview. And then when it finally loads FAQ layout selector, select the layout ID. All right, the layout ID. If it's 0, it's supposed to be just showing tab shimmer. Tab shimmer is imported, but for some reason, the loader is not showing up. And I have render loader set up, so I don't understand why it doesn't show up. Like it goes away and then it doesn't load it. Why? What is selected layout ID and when is it set? So it's always set to 0 by default. So if it's 0, it should load tab shimmer. And then when I go to accordion layout, it still doesn't load either. Why? Why doesn't accordion shimmer load? If I go to the accordion component and I put right above the H1, I put accordion shimmer, then you can see that the tab layout showed up, but then it goes away and then it shows this. And I don't understand why. Oh, that's why. But then again, accordion shimmer's not, no, because I'm not an accordion. There's the accordion shimmer. I think I just figured out why it's not showing up. I have to do the same thing here. Because the layout selector is lazy loading the component. So when tabbed shows up, it just shows the layout tabs, but it doesn't have a scenario where this is gonna wait for it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to understand what I did as far as the logic. So we have our layout selector. Layout selector has a render component with a suspense fallback for render loader, but that part is not working. Then tab loads. So we go to tabbed. And when tab loads, it does show up the layout tabs, which are part of what? Now I have to study this. Okay. My issue is that I need to understand what am I looking at. Okay, FAQ layout tabs is this, and tabbed is that. So we have FAQ layouts loading. Go to network again. Refresh it first. Hit our topic. And then let's throttle it. If I go to preview, you can see here, you can see this part right here, but I don't see anything below that. Why? And it doesn't work for any of them. And I think that I know that what's odd is that when I had this set up to work with oh, that's what I did wrong. The function, and if you have a function, geez, I can't believe I did that. What a dumb blunder I did on that one. Now it should work. Thinking like, why isn't it working? Well, error part. All right, I go to topics, add my topics, questions. I add my questions. And then I'm gonna throttle it. PG. Because I want to see the whole screen. Preview. And you can see, look, it perfectly loads in all the sections that I want. Now, if I go to accordion layout, you can see my accordion here. I go to list layout, see my list. Go to image layout, you can see my, oh, the image layout is missing the top. This H1, and it also isn't, oh wait, that's not an H1, that's the topic title. So what's missing on that one, which is I believe the FAQ image layout. FAQ image out. Shimmer. Yeah. We have the title shimmer, but in here we need to add the, I thought we had a shimmer that was called topic header shimmer. I think it was, yeah, let's put that one in. Topic header shimmer. And this image shimmer, I'm gonna put it in the tabbed or image layout. Here, right above the H1, FAQ image shimmer. I just want to see what it looks like. No throttling. We had our topics, we had our questions. Okay. I was basically trying to get this image. I don't know why there's a line here. I don't know where the system got the idea that there's a line there. But this H2 has a height of 28 because that looks kind of small. And the reason being is because top header shimmer height should be 28. And also, I don't know where it got the idea to put topic header, border bottom. Get rid of this border bottom thing. Unless that's why it has it. It has that because we need a new file. Topic header image topic header. Needs to be what did I just do? Loading components. Okay. Correct. Bugging here. And basically going to be the same as this. So you can put return statement, port, and then we need to create a topic header. And what we need is this button here, but no border bottom. We're going to build it. It might error out. I don't think. No, I don't know. Error out. So image. Why is that not here? Oh. Okay. There we go. Errors are gone. So now I can use this image topic inside the FAQ image shimmer. Get rid of this. Give it. Now let's check what happened. Go to topics. We add our questions. Image. Okay, good. No more border on the bottom. Although I think the title needs to be a lot shorter. What is this length here for the topic? Whatever it is, it needs to be a lot shorter. I would say that's 60%. Let's make it 30%. And then now we can go to preview. That looks a little more normal. I think we could even go smaller than that. I think we can go maybe like 15%. We have our topics. You can see that it looks better. Okay, I think we're good. So now that we have that, what did I do? That stays there. I need to go to FAQ. Get rid of this. This. Now I'm good to topics. Add our questions. And then let's throttle it so we can see things in action. Great. Very good. You see how it's staying there? I go to accordion. I go to list layout. Perfect. Image layout. These obviously have their own loading. I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I'll be right back. So I fixed our issues. Everything's loading good again. And then this is what I was talking about. Like I said, if I go back to Q&A and back, these are already cached. So they're not gonna go through a loading state anymore. So we don't need to worry about, oh man, I didn't make sure that I dynamically change what loads. It'll never have to load again. Likewise, if I put no throttling to refresh it, and I put 3G again, go to topics. Add the topics. Add the questions. And then I go over to preview. This loads, right? This is still loading, so it's gonna show that. But if I go back to Q&A and back, it'll still do the loaders. See? If I go back from Q&A back, these two won't do a loader anymore because they're already cached. This is already saved on the web page, so you won't get that. But when you go to the third one, you'll get the layout, the loader. And we can go finally to image. those will have a loading state. And then you see all your images come. So, very good. I hope this is helpful. I like the way this is looking so far. The only thing I think we need to fix is in here. And then container for the tabs. Title section tab. I think these tabs need to have a container. Where are these tabs at? Let's go to the components. Question answer. Question answer. These tabs right here need to be put into a div. And then get rid of the key from here. Put it in here. And then let's go to question answer. I didn't mean to do that. Question answer module. We have a question answer. Huh. Doesn't look like we do. So yeah, it appears we do not have one. Question answer, where is it? Yep, question answer. Question answer dot module. All right, and then in here we're gonna have a div. We're gonna call it tabs. And here we're gonna add a border tabs. I think I had one. I like the one that I put for the title something shimmer. Title shimmer. It's called list layout shimmer. Layout title shimmer topic. The definition. The topic header. This one right here. All right. Then here, we're gonna save this. Gonna build it again. And here, import styles. This. Then here, I'm gonna say class name. Styles. Tabs div. Let's go see what that'll look. Topics. Oh gosh, that looks awful. That looks terrible. Yeah, what did I do wrong? Oh, duh. I am iterating through the tabs, creating a tab. This needs to go. Let's get rid of this content bar thing. This needs to go. How do we do this? This needs to go above here. Wait, no. Let's read this. Configuration topics. If it's greater than 0. Then okay. And then we can move this div outside. So bring this key back to where it was. And now that should work the way we. Look at that. Perfect. I don't know how this needs some work. And also the border around the tabs probably needs some work. But I'm not gonna do that fix. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have AI do the fix. Because we work efficiently like that. So here, look at question answer component tabs. I need the border on the bottom to be a bit more integrated with the tabs. Also need to have some kind of indicator or active state for the tabs that that is currently active. Image ask any clarifying question you may have after reviewing the component and its styles. I actually started doing this now because sometimes I find that it asks me questions to something that if it had just done the review of what I'm telling it to look at, it wouldn't have to do that. So yeah. Let's see what happens. What does it say? I was just wondering what it says on my YouTube live stream. I haven't been really streaming there. Notice tabs component accepts as an inactive prop. The answer to question number 1 is yes. Use the index to track what tab is currently active. In the image, you can see the tabs appear need to be moved most in this integration with a bottom border. Active tab needs to appear a visual indicator what you prefer the active. Or underlined effect or background bottom border, but more pronounced. I like the material design option. Border integration. Select the active tab border to overlap and hide the bottom border of the container. I just want the adjustment bottom. Also make the border of the tabs same color as the bottom. Make it. Okay. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna create a plan for the update. Update the question to component, decide style active indicators, past is active ops. Update question into component, past is active, index equal correct. Update tab styles, tab.module SCSS. Update container border, question answer, adjust position, check visual results. Yes, auto X. I have a choir concert tonight from one of my daughter's friends, so I'm gonna stop streaming here in a few minutes. I have to go to that. But in advance, I thank you for joining me. If you're watching this as a recording, I hope that you will follow me as I do some of this development. And honestly, if you have any questions, please put it on the comments. I'm always happy to answer any questions that you have. And if there's something you want me to work on, you have questions about, also put it on the comments so that I can see if maybe we can build something similar to whatever your use case is, and maybe help you out in any way possible. Why did it still put a really bad? That does not look good. And I think I know why. First of all, we need to get rid of, because this has a gap on it. What has like what is making these tabs have a gap? I know it's padding 20, but where is it getting padding 20 from? Tabs. Look at tabs. Is there a gap? Oh, here we go. 20 pixels. 10 pixels on the top and bottom. I guess that's fine, but the 20 pixels, I don't think that's a good thing. But if I put 10 pixels, it's gonna put 10 pixels all the way around. And I only want up. I wonder if I put it like that, would it? I think it. I think it like alternates. So if I put 10 0 10 0, it should alternate. Let's see, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I have egg on my face. Okay, that's padding. Oh, it's on the top and bottom. Yeah, that's correct. That's what I wanted. Why is there still a gap in between each one? What is the 4? Margin of 4? Get rid of the margin. And also, have title. I think we should have padding on this of 5, maybe 5, side and side, for the tab title. Might even be better looking if I do 10. And that way it looks a little bit more defined. All right, so tab title, adding, and it would be on this one, it would be 0 and 10. Oh, I didn't even have to put px on that. That's interesting. I didn't know I didn't have to do that. Cool. You learned something new. I'm not a CSS guru at all. By any stretch of the imagination am I ever going on? Tab title doesn't have anything there. I did add to the tab title let's go back. Man, that looks terrible. Tab title is not picking up the props for padding at all. I wonder why. I think it's because I didn't put a EX here. Only you do need to have pixels. Let's find out. So I unlearned something too. Nope. Still didn't do it. So tab title. What is it saying is wrong? That has invalid. I'm assuming the other one's invalid too. Adding. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I put a comma. There's no commas in there. All right. Close this. That looks better. That looks way better. I do think that maybe like it should have like a little bit of a outline, maybe like something that shows like a little bit of an outline at the top, but then when it's active it would show that bar on the bottom. So other things that we can tweak, but overall I have to say this is really looking really nice. I really am glad how this is coming together. The last thing that we have left is just some constraints. And so the constraints are things like hey, I only want you to have these amount of topics or this specific amount of questions. Limit them to a specific defined preset of constraints on this so that they can't go beyond certain sizes. Like basically how many questions. You wouldn't want somebody to put 100 questions or 50 topics. It's just gonna look bad. So we don't want that. I think that's gonna do it for me today. I have to, like I said, I have a choir concert today, so I have to get out of here. But thanks very much for joining me. Hopefully, like I said, if you're on Twitter, on Twitter, I don't even do Twitter, and it's not even called Twitter anymore. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Comment if this has been helpful. If you have any questions, if you are watching it on Tik or Twitch, thanks for watching. And if you're watching it on demand, those little stream on demand things, then hopefully this was helpful. And I'll catch you on the next one.